I'm going to be honest with you, Michael. All things considered, I'd rather be drinking a shot of whiskey right now. But let's talk shot of Business Central and talk some news.
Let's do it.
So we sit at the very tail end of May, early June. 2024 Wave 1, the official April release for Business Central, has been deployed to some environments. It has not yet been deployed to all Business Central online environments.
Which is kind of shocking, right? Because we're 2 months out. I've gotten the emails where it says, we're pausing, we're restarting. I think I've gotten about 3 of those over the past couple of months which is, to me, says what? There was a problem with something.
There were some reported issues. I believe one area in the area of bank deposits. But I think there was a couple other issues where they started updating and found some issues. So they paused the updates. In one of the environments I just looked at here are kind of our Cronus environment. It says that June 4th, updates from 23.5 to 24.0 will resume. So you can schedule it there. So some people may be on 24. Some people maybe soon be on 24.1 actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big problem, especially partners who use the Microsoft CDX platform to demo Business Central. I went in there the other day just to access my demo environment, and I couldn't access my demo environment. I couldn't create a new demo environment, so I mean, it could potentially be affecting partners a lot.
So if you're running Business Central online and you're not yet seeing those sexy new Copilot features that are coming out with 2024 release wave 1, just know that it's coming. They're coming, but you may not be there yet. So just patience in the next couple weeks. Hopefully that'll all be behind us and you'll be on version 24.
Speaking of version 2024, let's talk about release wave 2. Woo! Microsoft has released the investment areas for Business Central for the 2024 release wave 2. And let me mention a couple here. So for finance, they're going to be investing in collections improvements and regulatory requirements. For supply chain, project and service optimizations, as well as field service integration with service management. Now, moving over, it's funny because the 2 biggest areas where it seems like Microsoft is putting their money is in AI, which is kind of a given.
What?
No. Shocking, right?
No.
The second one is reporting. So they're still high and mighty on reporting. I mean, I know it's popular.
You can never satisfy an end user's demand for more reporting options, right?
Which coming from an accountant or somebody who's a CPA.
Yeah, I mean that's why you're doing it all, right? You've got all this data sitting there, and you want more and more ways to slice and dice and analyze that data. Yeah. So I love it.
All right. Well, to me, it's boring. So let's talk about the sexy AI part. Here's some of the things that Microsoft's going to be investing in AI. And the first thing I'm going to mention is, to me, going to set the bar for all future AI improvements and features, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So you are going to be able to go into the Copilot chat in Business Central and create orders right from the chat. So I'm assuming that where you can say,
say that again. Just say that. Let's repeat that again. Say that again. You're going to be
create orders from chat. So let's break it down that way.
Okay.
I wish everybody could see the look on Ken's face right now where it's BS. Yeah. But if that works, where you can go into Copilot chat and create an order, just tell it to create an order. If that works and they get that figured out, they have set the bar for future AI improvements in Business Central. And the sky is the limit then. I wish everybody could see Ken's face right now. I mean, he's looking at me like, stop.
Well, and if that's true and you incorporate the dictation capabilities, the keyboard becomes significantly less important.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Tablets are the future, right? So, but I think that's if they get that right, that sets the bar. Some other things they're going to be adding money into with AI is page summarization. Okay, that's really, is that AI? I don't know. Payment reconciliation, e-documents, more matching, drag and drop on prompt dialogue, late payment prediction. There's going to be a new model. There's going to be third-party knowledge bases, and there's going to be more languages with AI. So I guess maybe, well, we'll talk more about it in the AI segment, but Microsoft has seemingly developed a way to use AI to translate languages in real time. And then also, so they say all those and more to come. So,
All right.
is it possible to create orders from chat? Business Central?
I think anything's possible. The question is there's just so many pieces of information that you need to record on an order that what's the benefit? I mean, you have to tell it a customer, a ship to address location, a purchase order number, the items and quantities that are on the order, right?
Do you?
A shipping method. There's all of that information is typically data that's input or right defaulted in and confirmed by a user during an order entry process. So the question is, I mean, do I have to type all that in, right? Or say all of that, I guess, into the chat. So again, I'm sure there are scenarios and for certain users who may need those types of aids to help with certain tasks.
Oh, huge, absolutely.
Right, a visually impaired person, for example. These are opening doors that didn't exist. So it's great. But you just kind of got to see it in action and find those use cases potentially.
Yeah. So some of the other things real quick that they're going to be investing in is geographic expansion, user experience, obviously sharing more error details with Power Automate, actionable permissions, errors, stuff like that. They're going to invest more in Power Platform. And let's see what else here. Administration, flexible update management, and a comprehensive admin center app management. So that'll be interesting. But, all in all, not bad. It's going to give us a little preview of what's coming. So
pretty good. Like drinking through a fire hose, right? So just keep coming.
Yeah, hose water is the best water ever. So, all right.
Yeah, the Choco Berry cocktail is going down pretty smoothly, Michael.
I like it.
So far, so good. So I understand you possibly may have recently been in Bangkok, but we'll get to that in a minute. In the meantime, in mid-May, I made a trip to Denver, Colorado for the Dynamics Con Live user conference.
Held a session or two too, right?
I did. Yep. I led 2 sessions. One was on called a cornucopia of reporting options, where we talked about all of the myriad of different ways that you can extract data and information out of Business Central, including all the new OData, Excel and Power BI functionality. And the other one was on the new field monitoring tool, comparing it and contrasting it to the legacy changelog product, where we talked about kind of similarities, differences, and how they work together.
Are they recorded?
Those sessions, these sessions were not recorded.
Okay.
They may have recorded some sessions at the conference, but I don't think so. I don't think I saw much of that going on. But it was a good group. It was a good crowd. The Dynamics Con conference always do a really good job. Last month we had Molly Fuchel on from Dynamics Con, or Dynamics User Group.
Love her. She's the best.
She is great. And the conference was very well done. I think it roughly doubled in size, I would say, from the prior year.
Wow.
And last year it had doubled from the prior year. So, it's a growing conference. My guess is next year in May, it will be held in Chicago. So convenient for us. But I don't know, hopefully people are looking forward to coming someplace new. I've been going to Dynamics user conferences and partner conferences for years, and I don't even recall
In Chicago.
any major user conferences or user groups that were hosted in Chicago. So that's next May. It's going to be in Chicago. I would expect over 2,000 people
Really?
next year, as my
Oh,
guess.
big city, yeah.
Just the at the pace the conference is growing,
Yeah.
the success of it. I thought the content sessions that I saw was really good. A lot of ISVs, showing up as well. So
I remember too, you talked about you really liked, maybe if it was in Texas or something the year before, I can remember the like meet and greet that they used to host or whatever, where it was like a common area. Did they do that this year? I think it was outside for the first one.
Well, last year it was in Scottsdale, Arizona, at the Scottsdale Plaza Resort and Hotel, which was beautiful.
Yeah.
And a lot of the receptions were outdoors. It was gorgeous. A little warm for some people, I'm sure. This was at the Denver Tech Center area, which is kind of an area maybe several miles from downtown Denver, with just a ton of technology companies kind of organized, and a lot of big buildings kind of out in the area. So yeah, that was my trip to Denver. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to do any hiking, really, or anything fun. My nephew drove me around a little bit, met up with him for dinner.
Yeah.
And he kind of just drove me around and showed me some areas. But I know that other people there, a couple of our friends from Expandit were there and did some hiking, and some other people that I talked to really got to enjoy it a lot more than we did. But
always hard at those conferences, right? Because everything's kind of jam packed.
Yeah, and you got to go out of your way to travel a few days early, or stay a few days late, and that's always something I always struggle with. Committing to staying an extra day or 2 days, right. just for my own personal enjoyment. So yeah, Bangkok, Michael.
Yeah, so isn't that the capital of Thailand, by the way? So recently, Directions Asia was held in Bangkok, and it was from May 16th to May 17th. Mike Morton was there, as long as some other people from Microsoft. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I didn't see any like breaking news from Directions Asia, but we want to mention and give a shout out to people people from the Asian community that are in Asia. We have a big following out there, so
yep.
We hope you all had fun.
We're global.
We are global. I think 90 countries, 90.
Whether we like it or not. I mean, it's a reality, and we love it. We love all of our listeners from all over the world. So,
I just hope with the way I talk, when it gets translated, that it's not too bad.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I wanted to kind of talk about, this is probably more so for the partners than it is for end users, but indirectly impacting end users as well. For several years now, Microsoft has offered kind of a support plan for partners. And there's different levels that you could be on. And one of the very popular levels that a lot of partners sit at, I believe, is what's called advanced support for partners. It's kind of pretty common for mid to large size partners. And then there's another level called Premier Support for Partners. And my understanding is that Microsoft is making changes to the Advanced Support for Partners program. You can renew under that program for another year, but you will have reduced benefits by being under that plan. You may or may not be offered an opportunity to move to a Premier Support for Partners plan. So I think depending on maybe your size and volume, you may just no longer have access to your Advanced Support for Partners plan going into the next fiscal year, which starts July 1st at Microsoft. Or you may have to pony up some more dollars to participate in the Premier Support.
Significant amount of more money, right?
Yeah. So it may be a decision that partners are going to have to make. What we're still evaluating ourselves is what is the price point? What are the level of benefits? What are the ramifications if we do or don't move to the Premier Support for Partners?
How good is
Either
that?
way, right? And so, you know, we're still evaluating kind of that decision, but that's something that may impact partners' ability to receive support from Microsoft. So that's why I think it's important for end users who may be listening, is that your partner may or may not, going forward, have the same level of support from Microsoft that they're used to.
Right.
And so that could indirectly impact your business.
Yeah, especially if your partners doesn't have the support capabilities that some partners do.
Right.
Right. All right, all right. So speaking of support and Business Central and all that stuff, Ken, did you know that the Business Central Developer Certification MB-820 is now available?
I did, and I know that we've got at least one developer who's already passed it.
Right, but did you know that if you pass the associated MB-800 and the MB-820 exams, you'll meet your advanced skilling criteria for solution partner designation?
I did not know that.
There you go. Yeah, that is some breaking, I don't know about breaking news, but some good news, let's say. So that's something for partners to keep in mind. Let's see what else. I got only one more little bit of information. Are you?
I'm good.
All right. So my next bit of information is there are new built-in Power BI reports for Business Central. And I want to read to you from Microsoft what it's about. It says in October 2024, the Microsoft product team behind Dynamics 365 Business Central is introducing a new feature that includes built-in Power BI reports for several key areas: finance, sales, purchase, inventory, projects, and manufacturing. So from May 2024 to October 2024, Microsoft is actively seeking Business Central Online customers who are interested in trying out these new reports in their environments. The reports are fully functional and supported. During the private preview phase, Microsoft is particularly interested in gathering feedback on various aspects, including industry-specific usage, multi-language capabilities, and data sizes. So what we'll do is if we'll include a link to sign up for this Business Central Power BI new report preview. We'll include a link in the show notes if you want to give it a shot. But more Power BI reports being embedded in BC, you can't go wrong.
Love it.
All right. All right, next up, we're going to try to, you got something else for now? You good?
No, ready to dive into multi-company.
We're going to try to dive into, multi-company and keep it digestible, I guess, for a podcast.
We'll do our
It's
best.
going to be complicated, so stick around.